Episode of Rendezvous with Rico, and tonight I have with me again my buddy Omar.
What's up, my
How
brother?
you How you doing, big dog?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm doing good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling stoked. That's how white people say it. I'm feeling stoked today. I feel great, man.
Oh, oh,
You know.
really? What's the occasion?
Well, I mean, there's no occasion. My son was here, had a nice conversation, and I enjoyed it. When he comes in here.
That's okay. So it's just generally a good day.
Yeah, he came and asked for some advice. I gave it, and so it was good.
I imagine always feels good to you when your kid comes to you and you give him advice. That he comes to you at all and you can give him advice. I imagine that's very satisfying.
Yeah, it feels great. Yeah, that means they respect you. So
Exactly.
what's going on? How was your week? I see you're busy. A lot of interviews. You were doing an interview before with a lady. I think what's her name?
Kathy Reisenwitz. Yeah, we were talking about homelessness and how to solve it in this country, and it was a it was a really good conversation.
How did you get in touch with her through Twitter?
Twitter,
Oh, that's
yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's
No.
I mean that to me that's all Twitter's good for. Honestly, is just reaching out to people.
Yeah, I think you get a lot of. Did you ever get Dan Burgess? You never got him, right? The communist guy.
No, I got him.
Yeah.
Last time we were supposed to do it, we had to reschedule,
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah.
we're gonna. I still got him. Like he says he still wants to come on.
He's a good guy, but I was wondering. He's a high caliber guy, so you're good. You should give you
Oh
some.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
that
good.
that's why again that's Twitter. That's honestly all Twitter is good for to me.
Yeah, I get Twitter. I watch. It has better news. It gives me clips like to do my YouTube. I know you don't do. I haven't did in a while because I've been busy with other stuff. But I usually do reactionary videos like Dan Shapiro, was it Ben Shapiro?
You react to the
Yeah,
shit they be
Candace
saying and
Owen.
whatnot.
If she says something stupid or anything like that of that nature. But lately, I've been maneuvering toward the right a little bit. I don't know,
On what issue would you say?
well, socially, like I told you, a men issue. Now
It was that.
The LGBTQ issues that I think they're pushing a little too much in the schools with these books. I saw some of these books; they're not so good. I support
Well,
it. Yeah,
on that note, though, about with regards to those books, because I know which ones you're talking about and whatnot.
they have
The
illustration of oral sex. You don't need that in
yeah,
school.
that's the thing, right? Fucking, it's there's a difference between books being available in school and it being the school curriculum.
Yeah,
Right? It's that they're not mandated. Like the books being in school is no different than any other library, right? Because
yeah,
they're not just going after school libraries;
yeah.
they're going after all libraries for even carrying these books. And I'm like, libraries contain
No,
everything.
no, no. I'm against that. The only issue I have is that it should not be available inside the school at all. Because when I was a
Yeah,
kid, I used to do. They used to have these Sears, what do you call
the
it,
Sears
catalog.
program. Yeah,
My teacher used to have it. My third grade teacher used to have it. Mrs. Gable, may she rest in peace if she's still alive or not. I used to go sneak and take them because I want to see the lingerie, the women, they saw the panties and the stuff like that. I used to get off on that shit, I'm through the third grade, and stuff like that. But the whole
yeah.
idea is that there's a lot of things, socially, I think, especially on men issue, I feel, WIC TV has a nice panel tonight on men loneliness and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, so how dare he not invite me to that?
I told him that's what I do. That's what I'm going to be on our show tomorrow. I'm going to talk to him about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you and I are going to talk about it together because since we weren't on that panel, fine. We'll do our own show. We'll talk about it
Well,
ourselves.
we are talking about incels. That's our issue tonight. We talk. I don't know if you wrote it down in your thing. We talk about
Hmm.
the red pill and black pill. I think incels and men who are lonely are a product. I know of the men. I know people gonna think I'm crazy of the women's movement. I know you probably don't agree with it, but you don't have to. You could give me some. You could push back a lot on me. I'll appreciate it if
No, no, by all means, it's
yeah, I think that
that's how I do. I'll let you say your piece and then I'll
yeah,
push
like
back on
well,
wherever.
I go back. I think the women's feminist movement of the '70s and '80s, and the late '60s, when they took the women out of the home, corporate America, in order to saturate the market with new workers. They needed workers, so what they did, they took the women out of the house in order not to pay the men a higher, more pay. Now instead of them, the average,
That's the
where
thing. They didn't take the women out of the house. The women chose to work
yeah,
because
but they made
you know what I
it.
mean.
They made
Because
it.
as it was, women couldn't before they were
Yeah,
allowed to work. They weren't able. They pretty much had to rely on a man just to survive. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
now it's like women can take care of
well,
themselves.
right now they both can't survive. If you look at the
Well, yeah,
statistics,
that's because of
yeah,
super smart
yeah.
conspiracy.
If
Yeah,
you look at the statistics, a married couple cannot live a check. What is that? Paycheck to paycheck. So really, they didn't get
yeah,
any shit. They just split the pay they were supposed to get. Instead of giving
yeah.
the man $80,000, the average salary is 40,000. Let's say a man, if women were not fully in the workforce, they would be getting 70,000. What they did is
I
just
I
they,
don't think they. I think they still be paying men shit personally.
yeah, but
Because that's what they. Because if they can
no.
get away with paying people less and getting still the same amount or more work, that's what they're gonna fucking do.
Yeah, but it's supply and demand. I don't mind women working; they could work. I want to see women doctor, women things like that. I love that because you need women to treat women, right? I believe in that
Yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah, but the whole idea, what I'm thinking is that why is there so much loneliness? Why American men, 30% of American men, did not have access to sex this whole
yeah.
year?
No, my
That's
and my.
crazy.
Well, before I get into why I think that is,
Uh,
why do you think like
Well, I was gonna
specifically?
let me finish my thought. Is it okay with you?
Yeah,
Well,
go
the
ahead, go
whole
ahead.
idea is I think the men's movement turned women into men. Really, you have all these men dressed as men competing with their husband in the job market, and some men don't have a strong personality or a strong physiques to want that. Now they don't know how to approach women. They don't know how to deal in relationships, so they just closed off. Some of them are unemployed men who finish college and they go to a woman's basement, and because women have, yes, they have independence, but that what that independence created that when women have more income, they don't punch down. They don't marry men who have less income than they do. They don't do that because the women are not providers by nature. Men are providers by nature. Like you, like me, I would work 20 years and my wife is a housewife. I wouldn't say nothing. I'll be proud that I raised a family, that I was able to do that. But a woman will punch up. She would not support a man who will stay home. They some exception to the rules, but she would not support a man who will stay home. And if she does, once she makes like 40, 50, 80,000, she's not looking at a man who's making 60 or 40,000 no more. That she doesn't look, she's looking at upward. She wants a high value man. That's why
Yeah,
statistically, hold on, this woman,
go ahead,
statistically,
go ahead.
20% to 15% of men get access to 80% of women sexually, while the rest 80% of men as a fucking just invisible or get lucky or once in a while or able to get into a relationship, but they don't have the same access to that sex pool of the hierarchy of women because women tend to like men who are macho, who have higher income, who have high stature. It's just by nature. Okay, go ahead. And I'm going to give you some examples later of a congresswoman in Congress. They did what I just did. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so fucking what I wanted to
Oh,
is you said a lot, and what I wanted to ask you
yeah,
is because you said you all right. Well, you actually basically already answered the question in a way. Um, I think about myself. I've never been anything even remotely um, well off. Not even wealthy. Well off. I've
yeah,
never had like after 20. I would say in my from 20 to till now. I've never had an issue getting a woman.
yeah,
Never. Not
right,
once.
yeah,
So I and the women I've been with, um, they never had an issue getting a man, not a well-off man, not a
yeah,
definitely not a well-off, just people in the same income bracket. I think I told you before, basically, that people typically, or maybe not you, somebody else,
yeah,
people typically date within their income bracket.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's what the
That
problem.
that's
Yeah, go ahead. That's what.
that's what people do. But going back, you said the big thing. I think the real core of the issue
Yeah,
is men aren't interacting with people, not just women, not even other men. Like
yeah, yeah,
that's what the studies are showing is that men aren't even forming relationships with other men. Like they're not making friends. You know what I mean? They're not just not girlfriends. They're not even making friends.
right, right.
You know what I mean? And I think it's a huge socialization problem because women still make friends just
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Women still
Well,
have women can have lots of friends, but guys, for some reason, we ain't making friends with other men. And
well,
I just want to ask you is why do you think that is? That men aren't even making friends with other men.
women are social creatures. Women by nature, socially, they tend to get together. Uh, by nature, women love relationship. I'm not saying they don't want relationship. You understand? Men
Yeah.
tend not to be sexually active like men. Like men are fucking dogs, but let's be honest with each other. But the whole idea, when a man cannot function, sometimes these guys when they don't have access to vaginas. I say, can I say pussy or no?
Yeah, no, you're fine. I swear all the time.
When they don't have, I'm gonna say it right. When they don't have no access to women sexually, they become inverted. They stay home. They see themselves as low. They're self confident. If a man's self confidence go, you don't have a man no more because a man by nature has to be a hunter. He has to be an alpha male. He has to have strong presence. He has to work on himself financially, physically, and all that stuff. Once he loses that confidence of not able to function with the women that he feels, some of them feel they're guaranteed to have a woman in their life, all that stuff. They no longer associate with even with other men because they see themselves as less. Let's say you, Derico, you're an alpha male, and I'm not an alpha male by nature. Yeah, we going to school. It used to happen to me. I used to have friends. They used to get all the girls, and I'm a good-looking guy. I'm tall, handsome, very respectful. I didn't have the same access to them as they did, but I was in an incel. I still had girlfriends, but the way they did it, they used to smack them around. They used to do this and that, and they still are attracted to that male, that fucking alpha male, the lion, the hunter. So the whole idea is they become weak. Their self confidence go. Then they're not able to function with socially. They see that other men are better than them, able to function in the job market, and even they do have job. Let me give you a good example. In Japan, they are a very successful country, right or wrong? We agree on that.
Yeah, they're pretty successful. Yeah,
Financially, they are best. They have a superpower country, of
but
making.
they have the worst case of loneliness in the world.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna give you some numbers. 42% of men between the age of 18 or 30 never had sex their whole life. 40%. That's a lot of guys, and some of them are turned to dolls. They're buying sex dolls. Sex dolls.
Yeah, of course.
I can share the articles with you. They doing that. So if in Japan these guys work 16, 17 hours, they have jobs. We can't say they're not working, but they're so lonely they are not able. Oh, and 42% of women in that same age bracket never had sex in their whole life. So if these two idiots just get together, they will solve the problem in Japan. The birth rate.
Yeah, but why? But why? That's the question.
This
though.
is the
Like,
problem because
why aren't they coming together? Why aren't they talking to each other?
well, in Japan, I can, we don't, I see that they work a lot of hours. They're very indifferent. There's no more difference between men and women. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like we have been exposed to sexually to everything, but we're not able to function sexually. You understand what I'm saying here? You got Pornhub, you got all this stuff, you got
exposed to sex, but no actual
yeah.
real
I mean,
material outlet for it.
all over the place, but you're not able to deliver
It's relationship this, relationship that, all
you can,
over
you can.
everywhere. It's all you see.
That's why you have all this market for these what's it called? Only girls. I don't know what it's called.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
Fan. You have Pornhub making a lot of money. The sexual, all the sex industry is all directed at men because men are unable to function in real life. So they go to a strip club. They get to talk to a beautiful girl. You're handsome. You're beautiful. Whatever his name is.
On that note, I've talked to sex workers, and they've told me that a lot of these dudes don't just want sex. A lot of them, they said, a lot of cases, they're just lonely and want a woman to talk to, a woman to pay attention to them.
They think
you know what I mean? And that's fucking sad.
It is sad. I spoke to incels before because one time I used to be an idiot. I was like, yo, speaking to them, I say, listen, let's say the government give you guys a voucher and take you to Las Vegas is legal to have sex and legalize sexual workers. He said, yo, you're not getting the whole situation here. It's not about sex. I could pay $30 and go to we want relationship. They want affection. And how you give people affection? You can't give that. It has to be natural.
Well, that's the thing. But that's what I'm saying. Let's go back a second. Let's step back a second, right?
Yeah.
You said before that the way I see it, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm understanding what you said, right? Yeah. That men aren't making friends with other men because they feel worthless because they're not getting any women.
Right.
I'm of the belief that men aren't getting women because they can't even make male friends. You know what I mean? It starts because confidence is you develop confidence and sense of self-worth, but not through other people in general.
Yeah.
just man or woman in general. You make I had friends growing up, and they played and especially in the military, and in my interactions with them, and again, it was mostly men. In the interaction with them is what helped me build my confidence and ability to talk to people. I just had to get over my awkwardness around women, but my sense of self worth was because a lot of I had a lot of friends. You know what I mean? I had a lot of people who liked me,
Yeah.
who I was cool with,
Yeah.
and the thing, but the difference is I wasn't afraid to try to interact with people.
Yeah.
Like again, other than women, I was a little awkward,
Yeah.
but I was not really so much as I wasn't afraid to try to talk to people. Now the problem is a lot of dudes just they aren't forming relationships with anybody. They
Yeah.
just aren't. And I can't tell. Are they just afraid to talk to another guy? Are they just afraid to hang out with somebody? Like, are they
Yeah.
saying, or are they starting a relationship like to hang out, but then they don't like follow through? Like, why? What is stopping
See,
me? Because you said that when you grew up, you had a lot of friends too.
yeah, when
Like,
I got a little older, but I'm gonna tell you in the beginning, I remember I gave you that example. I didn't know who I belonged to
yeah, yeah.
until I met my
So,
black,
but you found people.
Hispanic.
But you found people.
Yeah,
You
but it
put
took a
yourself out
while.
there to find
But
people.
I was that guy in the lunchroom who was sitting with all the idiots and all the untouchables, whatever you want to call them. We were all sitting there, and the jocks were over there. The girls were all around them, and all we're intelligent. Some of us are good looking. You know that those crowd in the lunchroom who nobody wants to talk to. I was in that crowd. You
Yeah,
understand? And we used to get bullied. You be online, I be online, and the guys who are fucking supposed to be the alpha douchebags at that time, they come and push you all the way to the back of the line, the lunchroom, all that stuff. So you cannot function. First of all, the girls are not looking at you, and all of a sudden you become in your
girl.
mind, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Girls tend to look at you when they know you are sociable, right?
yeah.
If you're alone, yeah, people typically tend to avoid you. But if you're somebody who has friends, like you hang around people, like people
After
know you,
I found
that's how.
myself after eighth
Was that?
grade. After eighth grade, I found myself. I moved to a junior high school. It was more a lot of African American, a lot of Hispanics, and then I said,
One
"Wow,
second, I'm gonna turn the slide on because now I'm starting to fade away. I'm looking
yeah,
like a
yeah,
shadow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I want you to look good for."
Thank you.
No, no, that's why I was telling you to move like this way because sometimes if I do the shorts and I get some shorts, I could send them to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
All right, now I'm good.
yeah,
Sorry.
move yourself like toward the middle, so when the shorts come, you look good in them. You understand? The
Oh
shorts,
yeah,
yeah, like that,
here we
yeah.
go.
Okay, so what we so I told you I only found myself in eighth grade. That when I met my tribe, I knew where I belonged. Once I found that tribe, I had a big circle of friends. They were not the worst and the baddest guys or the baddest cats in school, but we started to talk, and I used to talk to girls, a little bit. Because first of all, I'm from a conservative culture, so it was very hard for me to make girlfriends because my father would never approve of that, and whatever I did was all on the low low and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been liberal for a while, like leftist, all that stuff. I do believe in universal health care. I believe,
Yeah. But socially, you're more conservative. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I started getting conservative because I started seeing a lot of things happening. They are pushing. I was watching this, Lance from the surf.
Yeah.
So he's talking. I used to watch him sometimes. He's talking. He said, I'm a cis. You know what a cis? I didn't even know what a cis is. A cis is like a male, right? A regular male, right? He said,
It's basically a non-transgender person, cis. Yeah.
yeah, that means a straight male, right? Is that it?
No, no, no. Cis is basically
Straight.
you're not trans.
Yeah, you're a man.
You're just a man or a woman. Or cis is the word they came
Like,
up with to be like
yeah,
cis.
like for
Yeah.
straight females or straight male. Can we put it that way?
Not it has nothing to do with like who you're sexually attracted to. Like
Oh,
it's just you're a man or a woman and you're not trans. So cis is I'm not trans. That's what
so he said.
that's what you
He said I'm cis. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. He said I'm cis 9 out of 10 times. Once in a while, I'll go gay. Whatever he'll go do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, he might. I mean, I would say he must.
I'm
I don't
like,
know
well,
how he.
wait.
I don't know. I don't know how he worded it. I don't know how he worded
No,
it.
they said
Then
like they said I'm a cis, but not. He said I'm a cis. I'm a straight white male. He said the exact word, but
cis
not.
straight right. But yeah, he said them
Yeah,
separately, right?
yeah, he said him separately, in one sentences. But the whole idea is he said 9 out of 10 times. So that one time he'll go and do what he does. I'm like, how could that be? You understand? Either you're
Bisexual.
either you're bisexual all the way or you're not.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. What
He's
does
just
that
weird. He's just
mean?
weird. Hey, you're not. You're not. I'm just a little bit gay. No, you're
Yeah.
bisexual, bro.
Yeah, you're bisexual. Don't tell me like that. I'm watching
Yeah.
the show. So I said, why these guys are talking like that? Then Adam 22, Adam 22,
Yes, I do.
he goes and have his wife get cocked by another man. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with these people?
It's
And
some people are cucks, bro. Some people are into that. It's fucking weird.
the problem is some of my friends in my circles, on YouTube, they say there's nothing wrong with that. I said, no, there's something wrong with that. You understand? If you gotta have some values, you cannot just throw everything outside and you don't have to agree with me. I just know
No, no, no. I let
because
me put it like this.
I was suppressing myself because I come from a conservative culture. I
That's
go
what I'm
to
saying.
I go
On
to
a personal
restaurants.
level,
I go to
yeah.
restaurants. Let me just. I go to Arab
Okay.
restaurants. I go to the mosque, and I know what my community. My community is very fucking conservative. Like, they're worse than the white nationalists when it comes to LGBTQ issues. That they see me as crazy. Like, oh my, why are you supporting that? I said, no, you got to support everybody because I said if you suppress one group, then you're gonna be next. You're gonna be next on the menu. They're gonna You got to keep You got to keep these motherfuckers busy. They can't eat everybody at one time. If we have a lot of different people and protect everybody, when we do that, you're actually saving yourself. And they don't understand that. But I started saying, no, man.
There's a lot. And we all got. I was supposed to say we all got our personal lines, right?
Yeah,
Because on a personal level, I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah. I get that.
I think that being a cuck is just like
Like being punched in the face, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
you know what I mean. But at the same time, I'm like, to each their own. If that's
Yeah.
what you want to do,
But
more power to you, I guess.
Yeah.
Just know, I think it's weird.
my issue was not with Adam 22. He does what he did, maybe for money, whatever. Fuck it. My issue is with my boys, my left.
What did they say?
Huh? They say
What
it's
did they-
okay. They said.
Oh, the gay. Oh, he's a little bit gay, but
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, no. They said it's okay to be a cock. I said, well, what? What do you mean it's okay? Why?
yeah,
No, it's not okay. I mean, he could do whatever he wants to, but we cannot say it's okay.
we're not gonna. We're
We're not gonna mainstream it and say, well, Adam did the right thing. You could have your wife fuck. What's wrong with that? No, there's something wrong with that. You have to have lines, man. Because if society doesn't have certain lines or certain, I live here in New York City, right?
Yeah.
I think the most religious community in America is the black community. On Sunday, you see these churches full of people, double parked and everything. A lot of people don't know that. So even they're very conservative too, black people, like Arabs and Muslims. You understand what I'm saying? They just,
I do.
yeah. So what I'm saying is that when you start to mainstream this shit, like I can't go on my channel and say, well, being a cock is okay. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, you do you, even like what you say, you do. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say, well, Adam did that, but I don't agree with it. I don't think men should be able to see their wives and parade them around and advertise that they've had sex with another man, and he taped it, and he's gonna sell the tape.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean, right? It's like I'm not go. I'm
gonna ask you a question.
Hit me.
Let's say you're outside. Do you get upset when another guy try to talk to your wife?
I no, because I trust my wife.
No, you're together and he started to be stupid.
Okay, yeah. If we're together and some guy tries to hit him, I'd be upset with that.
You're like, yo, what's up, man? You all right? I'm like, yeah, you all right? You don't see me? That's my girl.
Yeah, of course.
That's what a man is, who protects his wife, man. That's yours.
Yeah.
But once you lose that option of saying, well, it's okay. I mean, they do what they do. No.
No, that is weird, and I can see why
you collapse.
I don't know if society would collapse. I just think it's because society has a lot of different problems and we're still trucking along. I mean, for example, fucking child marriage is still legal pretty much in a lot of states in America.
Yeah, Missouri.
Missouri, Michigan, fucking in a lot of fucking places. And I would consider that to be a societal ill, but society ain't collapsed. You know what I mean? Yeah, it should be illegal, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, right? Where being a cuck
what's your red line?
My red line?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll put it like this. I'm indifferent to most.
You could be honest. I want you to be honest with me. I don't want you to just say things because I want to hear it.
If anyone, my line is anyone. If anyone insults my wife, I'm fucking you up.
Or try to fucking make a pass at her. I'll try to.
But if you try to make if you're trying to make a pass her in front of me, I'm gonna give you a chance to back the fuck off. But if you say,
let him know.
if someone like I don't give a fuck if anybody insults me.
Yeah.
I don't even fuck anybody tries to hurt me.
Yeah.
You come after her.
Yeah.
I am fucking you up, and you better. You know what I mean?
That's what men do. That's what men do. That's what men do.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah.
I love a wife. If she go out to a shop and a guy comes, yo, what's up, baby? She doesn't have to tell her husband if nothing happened, just not to create that now and get him upset and start looking outside the street. That's a smart wife who keeps her wife out of trouble. But if he puts his hand on her, that's a different story. But
that's what I'm saying. Let me tell you, fucking like my wife goes to the bar with her friends, and sometimes I don't go with her because I'm busy here to do, or I just don't feel like it. Yeah. And she wears a ring, obviously. Yeah. And she tells her guy try to hit on her, but she'll tell him I'm married. Yeah. So I can forgive that, but then it's the guys that she tell me about that don't care. Yeah, yeah. No, she tells them
who's making our life miserable every time you go out. Then that's a problem.
That's a problem. Yeah, she and I always tell her, I'm like, you want me to go out? You want me to come up there and deal with them for you? She's like, no, I got it. I got it. No. That's what I'm saying. I am very confident in my wife's ability to take care of herself.
I was on Wick TV and I was talking to a guy named Crystal. What was his name? Christian. He's he's British, and he said he goes to the gym, right?
Right.
And his wife works more than he does. So they said already that's no good already. It's a bad sign. And then his wife said, "Oh, it's good. She wanted to go because she wants a man. She wants a muscular man. Women love strong men." Then he said, "Oh, this lady was making a pass at me. I didn't even know it. So if you didn't even know," then he goes to tell his wife, his girlfriend. I thought there was no reason to give her that story. She didn't. There's some information that your mate does not need to know because you don't want to create doubt in their mind. Then they asked me, "Omar, how do you feel if somebody try to talk to your wife in the supermarket?" I said, "I'd rather she's not telling me because I don't want to start to worry that every time she goes to the supermarket, I have to go with her because nothing happened. Just an asshole. Yeah. She could just tell him, listen, I'm married, and everybody walks their way, and you don't have to fool your husband with some information that he doesn't need to know or creates doubts in his mind or to start to worry."
That's the thing, though. I personally like it when she tells me because it just kind of reaffirms my trust in her, right? Yeah. When she tells me this when this shit happens, and she handled it just fine, and she's never alone. Just to be clear, she's usually with a friend, and they both tell me, like this is what happened and that they handled it. Yeah, I'm like good. That tells me it's like I'm right to trust you. I'm right to believe in you.
I appreciate your honesty, but you want me to be honest with you? Oh, no.
Hit me.
I would not let my wife go to the bar without me.
Hey, brother, that's fair because, like I said, there's a lot of guys that's fair.
Yeah, I would never let my wife go to no bar without me, or even go to a bar. Honestly, but this is an American culture, so I don't want to. It's culturally, this is what it is. No, yeah,
because there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of guys that could care less that she's married. Yeah, there's a lot. I know. Trust me.
It's just out of the idea of me the man being possessive of what belongs to him. You could go to bar together if you want. You understand? Me. I'm not judging you. I don't get upset at me. Then I don't. I still want to be your friend, but I want to be honest with you. That's my thinking. No. Maybe my thinking is old fashioned.
Bro. If you want to talk old fashioned, fucking, I would never hit. I would never hit a woman. I don't think any man should hit a woman.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have told me that's really old fashioned, and that's and I'm just like, so sorry, that's just how I feel.
Once you hitting a woman, that's a violation.
A man ain't got no business hitting a woman.
Once you hit your woman, then there's no marriage, there's no relationship no more. It's no longer a relationship. It's not.
But there are guys who it's not even just a relationship. Just hit a woman in general, right? That's like and I'm just like, no, I can't. I don't think a man should hit a woman.
That's not what traditional means. Traditional means is to provide, to be a provider.
Provide, protect,
to protect your kids, to protect your wife, bring food on the table, make sure everybody's good, and
protect your home.
Yeah, build a family. But if you're gonna start hitting your family, then what the fuck are you doing? Then you shouldn't have a family.
So I'm saying and someone want to call me old fashioned, you know what I mean? That's what I mean when I understand. It's not it's not really a logical thing. It's just it's an instinct.
So what do you think of incels? I mean,
so going back to incels and such, right?
I mean, we're gonna I don't want to get into this. How do we help these motherfuckers, man? Because they've become violent on that. They have killed people.
They do. I try to tell them like yes, there are a lot of societal reasons why
Yeah,
it's harder for you to find a woman. Like for an example, my town, right?
yeah,
You can't get anywhere without a car.
right.
And when I was single, looking for women and whatnot,
Yeah,
the nearest one I got lucky, but the nearest women, like on say dating apps and whatnot,
yeah,
were at least an hour away.
yeah, yeah,
That if you wanted to meet women, you had to drive to the town where there's actually single women,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
which was an hour more or an hour or more away. So
yeah,
that's what like just so I don't fault people for having that issue. Like if you're just isolated because you live in a town like mine and you can't get to where the single ladies and whatnot are, like you want to, you would try if you could, but you can't because of
they
your
can't.
geographical reasons.
Not,
I get that. I
yeah,
don't fault them for that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
when the motherfuckers who have access to women
They
but
can't.
they aren't even trying,
They're afraid of
like
rejection.
they're afraid of rejection. And the only honestly, and it may sound mean,
You know how many
it's
knows I
like
got in my life?
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I've been rejected too,
You
plenty
know,
of time.
a man is not a successful hunter when it comes to women. I mean,
You gotta try. That's my advice to incels. Like you gotta
yeah,
try.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna get rejected, but you gotta keep
yeah,
trying.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I met many. He's like, I've tried and I got rejected.
Nah,
Well,
nah,
keep
nah.
well keep trying.
Yeah, they have this guy right now in Wick TV. He brings him every time he has I think he's an incel. His mustache is all fucking wrong. His hairstyle is all wrong. He got these fucking thick glasses. Man,
Yeah.
go do a makeover. Change your mustache.
Get a
Go
oh
go
god.
go.
I know who you talking about. Is that irrelevant? The motherfucker.
Yeah, right now I don't know because you see what the problem with Wiki, he doesn't show the names of the people, so you don't get to know even the people when they're.
Is he
Uh,
is he like in the top left? Like he's like
yeah,
brown, but
yeah,
he has a short little mustache and
yeah,
short, weird little short hair and
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
thick. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I know who you talk. I know who you're talking about.
Go to
Yeah,
the fucking gym. That's all you gotta
go to
do.
the
Yeah, build yourself a
go,
little bit. Start to get little
either.
muscles. Look good. Get nice glasses. You see my glasses? These are prescription glasses. No, this is
Yeah,
my trademark. They're not your sunglasses. I could see and I read with them. So you gotta try to put this look or try to the reason I
you
put
got at
this
least
shit.
try to look appealing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to, this is how you do it. I'm not trying to, I've been married a long time, but you got to first work on yourself. First of all,
of course.
you got to go to the gym, exercise, get some physiques, try to get a good job or any job, start to have some income.
Any job, honestly. Yeah,
Anyway, I have did
you gotta
everything.
have money. You gotta have money.
You gotta have money. I have did everything. I saw fruits and vegetables. I have
Oh yeah,
any work you think about, I did it until I made it. And until I got into the retail business and I started becoming successful. But you got to work on. He coming there. I don't know what to tell them. They don't want to talk to me. What do I do? What do I do? Wick, shut the fuck up. I wrote down. First of all, get a nice haircut. Get rid of that mustache. Get some nice
get get
glasses.
get rid of that fucking mustache,
Yeah, get
bro.
rid of the mustache. Some women they don't like mustache. Makes you look old. Whatever. Or sometimes mustache. I got gray hair a little bit. If my it was still black, Arab men love mustache.
Yeah.
I will have it, but sometimes some people just
Don't like mustard, bro. It's for the same reason that if I were going bald, like my brother and my
yeah
twin
yeah
brother
yeah yeah
was,
yeah.
if I were like going bald, I just do the whole bald look.
Right here.
I wouldn't let myself look like I'm balding. I just go bald.
So I said, I mean, just go get a nice haircut. Go to they work wonders, man. These fucking barbershop, they'll do wonders with your fucking hair now. And
Yeah.
get a nice stylish eyeglasses, get rid of the
Yep.
mustache, try to look a little loose. Oh, you have to work maybe in 6 months. You have some good physiques right away, some push-ups every day,
Yeah.
sit-ups. And women are attracted to that. No matter how much we are, we're still animals, we are still part of the
Yeah.
animal kingdom. You
But
understand?
the most important thing is after you've taken care of yourself,
Yeah.
you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
If you don't, because that's the problem with a lot of these guys, right? They don't. They don't even. They don't. They a lot. Of, I shit you not. I've met many who straight up told me that they even when they're around women, like have women friends. And they said as a woman, they're like, I asked him, did you ask her out on a date? He'll like, no. Well, then what do you think she's gonna ask you out? That's not how they work, bro. You gotta ask.
They're very timid, and women see right through it. As soon as they see it, they're like, I don't. This
They
guy,
can they can see that. No,
yeah, that's
you
not it.
gotta
Yeah.
you gotta ask. You gotta try.
You gotta make
You
yeah, you gotta make them laugh, tell jokes, crack a jokes. What do you got to lose,
yeah.
man? I got nothing to lose.
What
If
do
I,
you got? What do you got to
yeah,
lose?
if I was on the job, if I was on that market, like trying to get girls, man, when I grew up, I used to, oh, you're funny, you're funny. I never got anything out of it, but I was funny. You understand? So by being funny around them, that means they were still allowed me to be in that circle. You understand? Never got,
Yeah.
I never scored like the other guy. Because I had this thing about me, man. It was, oh, you're Omar, you're funny. I said, I don't want, my man, I want to be more than fucking funny here. I'm not trying to be a comedian, trying to
I'm
get
trying to be
laid.
you're trying to be the funny guy. You're
Yeah,
trying to
my
get laid.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be the funny guy in the group. I want the same thing that Joey and Jim and they all get in the group.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my, you're
Being
so,
funny, is
yeah,
good, but
yeah,
it don't. That's what I'm saying. It don't matter if you're funny. It doesn't
yeah,
matter if you look. It doesn't matter if you've made yourself look good.
yeah,
If you don't eat, if because I could point to myself as an example, right? There were girls I liked that I never asked out.
yeah,
That I wish I had have taken the
yeah,
chance.
yeah, yeah,
But I was too insecure and too scared to take the chance.
yeah. No,
You know what I mean? And that's my advice.
I went through the same thing, and thank God had a lot of girlfriends, and I got married after that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I did. I don't want to say it. She might hear me out there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. Hey, brother,
Yeah,
trust me, I get it.
I still like Patrice O'Neill. He said once in a while you got to go fishing because you don't want. You see that bid he got?
Yeah,
Patrice O'Neill he's the best comedian.
yeah,
He died, right?
I do.
So he's
Yeah,
talking about how he talked about how to get women like go fishing. He said once in a while the fish jumped in the boat and that's the wife. It never leaves the boat. But once in a
yep,
while you got to go fishing. You take the fish, you look at it, and you throw it back in the water. That's the girlfriend, the side chick. You understand? This
yeah.
way, the guys know you still could fish, and the wife still know you still a good fisher. I love that fucking guy. May he rest in peace, man. He's talking
My
crazy shit.
one of the best advice I was ever given that gave me the confidence to try to
Yeah,
keep trying
yeah,
after so much rejection was something my granddad told me. Right?
yeah,
He said to find a woman, it's like looking for a dog.
yeah,
Like when you like trying to adopt when you try to adopt a dog, right? You go to
yeah,
a pet shelter and all that jazz. You go for the one that's the happiest to see you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
like that. That's how you do it. It's like how you differentiate between every
yeah,
other woman and the
yeah,
woman that you want. You go for the one that's happiest to see you, the one that smiles when you show up,
yeah,
the one
yeah,
that's and but again, the foundationally most important thing is it doesn't matter if a woman is happy to see you if you never ask her out.
yeah,
If you never take, because even though I want to be clear, I do tell women too, y'all should, it's not, don't be ashamed to make the first move. If you
yeah,
like a guy, ask him out.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't be ashamed to make the first
yeah,
move. But
yeah,
I say to guys more so than women,
yeah,
guys, make the first fucking move.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because let me tell you, because in my experience, asking has done, because the worst anyone's ever told me was just no,
yeah,
politely. They just
yeah,
politely tell me no. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I don't really look at you like that. And I'm just like,
yeah.
okay.
You're funny.
You're funny.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
you, but I don't like you
yeah.
like
So,
that. I'm like, okay, and I take it like, okay, cool. And sometimes I'll be like, do you have any friends? I'm just kidding, but no,
yeah, yeah,
it's one of those things. It's like there was a guy conducted a study actually recently, right?
yeah,
To get over his fear of rejection, he asked out, I think, 100 girls.
yeah.
He got rejected more often than not. I think he said like 90 times.
Yeah, they're
But he
not.
said, after a while, he just didn't fear rejection anymore.
Yeah, the whole
And
idea. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna get over the fear if you never do try.
The whole idea is that women have access to sex, right?
Yeah.
They're the one who make the decision, but men have the access to marriage or to a relationship. You're the one who asks.
You don't want to ask.
Yeah, so they have access to sex. They could have sex as much as you want, but the man eventually is the guy who have access to marriage,
Yeah.
and
Who has to settle down.
yeah, he has to propose. Without they can get shit. They're still out in the streets or whatever they are. They're still struggling. But we got to get the men to come out there and be more
To go
confident,
out there to be more confident. And
and say, yeah,
but that's the thing you develop. That's what I'm saying. With any task you do, you got to start from somewhere. And at the beginning of anything you do, you're gonna be bad at it.
yeah,
At the
yeah,
big, but after doing it enough times,
yeah,
after trying and taking like being critical of the mistakes you made or whatever this and the third, hell, even ask for feedback if you can get it.
yeah,
If the person's willing, if you're friendly enough on good enough terms with the woman, straight up ask him like, what do you think I could do better? Is there something like what like I asked you out, you told me no, cool. What do you think I could have done better? You know what I mean? Because that's what I did. Like, it's what with every fucking thing you
Yeah,
do.
but you could do that. You're more talkative. You're a military man, so you got that.
But that's the thing. I wasn't talkative at one point.
Oh,
I'm talkative
serious.
because I'm dead serious. I may
Oh,
seem confident and talkative now, but I
yeah.
was literally known. I was known as the crybaby, the awkward, silent crybaby.
Uh,
You know what I mean? I was known for that,
yeah,
and I got sick of it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm like I got lonely, so I and what started was my male friends.
yeah,
I
yeah,
made it was I wasn't cool with like the jocks and all that the sports guys. I was cool with the gamers, the nerdy little gamers,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and spending time with them made me feel more confident about talking.
yeah.
And then one thing led to another,
Right.
and I now I'm Mr. Talkative.
Yeah. How long you been? If you don't mind me asking, you've been married?
5 years.
Oh, that's good. That's beautiful. Good. Good for you. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
a lot of people
that's a,
don't have.
what's
They're
up?
not that lucky.
No, it's rough.
Yeah.
Actually, um, on that note, because this is a lot of guys who get married, like girls too, obviously, get married after like a month of meeting somebody and some shit. Not even, sometimes not even, and
Yeah.
obviously, and more often than not, those relationships fail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You know what I mean? So, my wife and I, we got married after I would say roughly at least 6 months of
Right.
no
Right.
of dating, and it's been bumpy, but we made it work. You know,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I mean though. Like going
Well,
back to
so as
to
long
in
as as long as there's communication, you're good. Uh,
communication, as long as right there, as long as it's communication, you're
yeah,
good.
you're good. Yeah. So
But yeah, no, you gotta go.
no, no, go ahead. You finish your thought. You said you're gonna.
No, no, what were you about to say? Believe me, I can fucking ramble.
No, no, we're gonna go. We're going to circle the same thing. I think that men should work on themselves. They should go to the gym, start having, start seeing themselves better in the mirror. They don't need to go out to go to girl right away. They could go out later, but as soon as they got to work on themselves, on their job, how to get
Yeah,
a good job, even a job, any job, as long as you're making income, instead of stay in the basement and playing whatever the fuck video games, whatever it is, you have
yeah.
to have a good
But
job. And
well, I'm
then
gonna put. I want to go back to something you said earlier about the what you said the 20% of men, 80% of women type deal, right? The hypergamy thing that is very popular in incel communities and such. Um,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I told you before. What's up?
the top 20% get older women.
Yeah, but not really. They could. You should like arguably do that.
No,
But
no,
again,
no.
like
Statistically, all the sex is going on top.
the,
20.
the statistics are based off like dating apps.
Yeah, I
You know what I
mean, well,
mean?
I mean, these are like
And the dating apps are incredibly skewed.
yeah, they say 20% of the top men who are income, who have good jobs, who are very confident,
Have more access to
have
women.
more
Yeah,
access, while the other 80% of men is just they're invisible in front of they exist, but they
yeah,
sometimes women will walk right past them without even looking at them. You understand? And go for the
yeah,
fucking other guy. What I'm saying is that you need more alpha male attitude. You need to be traditional. You be to work on yourself to have more respect for yourself as a man. You understand what I'm saying here?
no, I get you.
You get a job. You take a dress well. You gotta work on yourself. Once you work on yourself, then we could blame the other sex.
Yeah, but no, that's what I was saying. It's like
I don't know.
it's not just that it's not you say women but like basically pigeonhole themselves
Yeah,
to only the top men. Men pigeonhole themselves to only the top women.
yeah,
Remember we talked about this before
yeah,
that a lot of dudes become blind to all the other women around them.
yeah, yeah,
They only want the
yeah,
bestest
yeah,
looking
yeah,
women,
yeah, yeah,
the top
yeah.
women, not necessarily income, but in looks and such, right?
Looks, that's
You
what.
know what I mean? Whereas, like, when you say women look for top income earners, men look for top lookers, like the best, the models, basically, so to speak. And everyone that's not a model is invisible to them.
My advice to men is never go. If you want to fool around, go for 8 and 9 and 10 as fooling around. But if
If
you
you can
want,
get there, yeah,
yeah, if you get that. But if you want a wife, go for a solid 5, solid 6, solid 7. These are good wife, good women. They're gonna be yours because an 8 and 9 is gonna be everybody. You understand? Everybody's gonna be chasing after her, everything, and it's hard to please her. And she's more intoxicated with her looks anyway, so she thinks that she's giving you a favor by being married to you. Just go. I would marry a solid 5. I mean, if I was married, I don't give a fuck. If I see something, well, I gotta take it to consideration. She have to look, decent. She have to have a good attitude, more respect for me, able to live within. So I'm gonna let her know.
That's
I'm
what I
I,
want to ask you is like, what do you look for? Obviously, you're married now, but I would say, what do you look for in a woman? Because that's the I like to ask these guys, and they don't really give me
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
answers.
gonna be honest with you. My wife is good, beautiful, all that because my marriage was arranged marriage. But what I can tell you is that I would go for a solid 6, 7 because I'm not looking for too much beauty. I'm looking for a lot of stuff: respect, self confidence, a woman who could respect me, build my home, and live. I'm gonna let her know ahead of time. Listen, I'm gonna be. I don't want you to work because I don't want to be married to another man. I don't want your money. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to provide. I need two things from you. First of all, loyalty. That's first thing to me. And what I mean by loyalty, I mean no sexual outside the marriage,
Yeah, of
not
course.
to backstab, not to become not to become an opposition in the house, and to have my children and raise my children for the next generation. All I need is that. And I promise you, if you deliver those two things, I will not let you down as a wife in my home. You will always have something. Same thing right now
Yeah,
is going. My wife, I told her the same thing when I got, and I was 18. That's what I told her in the beginning. So this is what I need,
yeah.
and we had that agreement, and that's it.
Well, I gotta ask on that note, if you don't mind sharing, you don't
Yeah.
have to if you don't want
No,
to.
I share. What's on?
Uh, is you said your marriage was arranged,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I don't know much about arranged marriages
Yeah.
out there. I mean, it's at least I grew up. That's just not how we did things. But I gotta ask, like, you were you cool? Were you cool with that, or is that
Yeah,
was
but
that like
you see, people misunderstand. They think that you have to marry what it is. No, what it means arrange is that your family looks for you for different women, and then you're able to pick the one you like.
okay? So
Yeah,
that's how that
they
works.
can't say, well, our neighbor Teresa
We
looks.
don't care if you don't like her.
Yeah,
You're
that
marrying her.
you're gonna marry Teresa whether you like her. No, even the women they get a choice. They get the guy goes
But
and
the parents are the ones going around selecting for
yeah.
you,
First
and
of
then
all, well,
presenting the option to you.
yeah, well, there's a lot of criteria. The family has to be right because the problem is I'm from a tribal country, tribes. So
Yeah,
our tribal tradition, we are very tribal in our nature. So first of all, the family has to have a good reputation. The whole family now. I'm not talking about the
the whole
grand,
family. Yeah, the whole family.
the whole clan. And you're talking about 500, 600 members of a clan or a whole region. That's first of all, they have to have a good reputation in the region. Then after that, when we agree on that, then the women will go look like your sister or your mother will go like they'll find a girl and then they come they say to you, well, listen, Omar, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's very respected. Everybody says good things about her, and you're like, nah, but how does she look? Well, she looks beautiful. I know you're saying she's beautiful, but I want to know if she's beautiful.
I want to know more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what they do is they give you it's called a lawful look. In our religion, you get to look at once. They take you in a room, you sit down there, have coffee, and she'll walk in. She'll sit on the other side. You look at her, and she looks at you. Then she goes to her room. Her parents say, "Do you like him?" She has to say yes. She has to agree too, and then you have to agree. Then once that happens, then that's it. Then you have a marriage. But what's so good about that? Everybody's guaranteed a wife.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
understand?
No, that makes sense because
Yeah,
as it stands, it,
everybody in the village, the fat, the ugly, the one eye, the blind, everybody gets a wife.
yeah.
Ev- uh,
America is not a
yeah, yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
village. It's not
yeah.
a tribe. It's just
No,
every man for themselves.
no, even here in our ecosystem here in the United States, we have a big
No. I mean, like broadly speaking, like
yeah, yeah.
American in general. Yeah.
Well, sometimes I make a lot of jokes. You know how some, I don't know how you met your wife. I don't want to get upset, get too crazy or anything.
No, you're good. You're good.
Like when I see a lot of, I watch a lot of crime shows. You know, what crime shows are like true crimes, like Dateline and
True
things like that.
crime, CSI, all that
So
jazz.
yeah,
Yeah.
so some of the a lot of crazy shit happen when men and women meet people online that they don't even know. They
Yeah.
never and
Yeah.
they get into this relationship and it ends up badly in the end. They either kill them or they get killed, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I compare that like going to when you go to a what do you call that dog shelter or an animal shelter
Yeah.
and you pick a dog. You don't know the dog's past. You could have been a traumatized dog. He could have been beat up all the time. So you don't know. He might chew your head or your face while you're sleeping, whatever. You don't know what
Yeah.
you're getting at. So when you
Well,
get a
that's why you want to get to know them.
yeah, that's why when you get a relationship online, that's what happened. The,
Yeah.
the United States is a big country, so it's very hard to meet women because the way it used to be is you used to live in a small town, you went to school, you
Yeah.
met your sweetheart, or you went to college, you met at that's where people usually meet, or work. at the university. You went to school together. So there's a social.
There became the American culture. What happened was,
They become
and this is
strangers.
the it became a culture of you're
Strangers.
supposed to, it's strangers really. You're supposed to leave the home at the age of 18,
Yeah.
right? You have nothing else to do with your parents after that. You are on your own. That's American culture,
Yeah.
and that's what I think is a big contributor to that. Because like, let's say arranged marriage is tribal way of going about things is the way to deal with the loneliness. That unfortunately comes in the unfortunate conflict with American culture of uh, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You are taught to be on your own. Like I just the second you're
So yeah, you
18,
just leave and strangers meeting stranger. Like let's say you move to California and the girl comes from Texas, so you don't know each other's past. You don't know if this person is normal, is not,
yeah,
or
you're
or you don't know he might he has schizophrenia. You don't know. You see people talk to him when he walks, but he looks normal to you. So you don't have that ecosystem of knowing where the product came from, the source.
exactly,
The family, the father, the mother, the
and,
town. You don't have
and
that. Yeah, it's like you
and
buying.
that's
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's because you and both men and women in this country are taught
Strangers.
to be strangers effectively.
Strangers. They don't have nothing.
Everything's supposed to, it's all supposed to be strangers. The
Yeah.
parents no role in that
Oh yeah.
deciding factor.
So
No, the
yeah.
neighbors no role. Nobody. It's just everybody's on their own.
So you just like it's like you flipping a coin. Sometimes you get something good. Sometimes you get
It's a
bad.
flip of the it's
Yeah, it
flip of the
is.
coin.
Yeah, and sometimes it ends up good. People meet, they fall in love, and they. I mean, of course, the majority do. If that didn't happen, then we don't have a society.
Yeah,
But
of course.
the whole idea I said the difference is that and it sounds. I'm gonna give you a good example. There's an incel in Toronto, Canada. I forgot his name. You can find him online. They have the police interview, and he tells everything the truth. He's Iraqi. He's an Arab but he's a Christian Arab from Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
If he was in Iraq, he would have been married. He would be
Mm-hmm.
the tribe. The tribe comes in and they will find you a wife. You understand? But they
Yeah.
came to the United States. He went to a university, unable to meet American women. He was Americanized. The family did not know what the hell was going on with him. They should have been able to intervene and find him a wife because he was looking for affection. You understand? And all of a sudden, you should have seen it. He's planning the shit. He graduated out of the university. He actually went to a job interview, and he knows he's gonna go in a week to kill people. It's so weird how the fucking guy was thinking, and he's an Arab,
Yeah.
Iraqi Arab. So when I looked at him, I said, if this guy family was still practicing, the people meet each other at social events. If the mother had went out and find him a wife, those people would still be alive because he was
Yeah,
not.
because what it is
Yeah,
goes back to what we were saying
yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
Like in tribal communities,
yeah,
y'all are actually socializing
yeah,
with each other, right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of socialization happening.
Even here,
Whereas you get to America or Western countries in general, none of that is happening. There is no socializing
no, no, no.
happening. It's just you're thrust into this world and just expected to build something completely on your own, independent of your family
Yeah,
and friends. You are supposed to
it is.
build
It is.
everything by yourself. And if
It
you
is.
fail to do so, it's because you suck. You're a failure.
Yeah,
The country didn't fail you,
yeah,
you failed.
yeah,
And that's the difference.
yeah. See, because for example, here in our community, let's say a mother goes to a wedding, right? They have a wedding, and
Yeah.
in the wedding come a lot of girls come, a lot of mothers come. So, and if they have a son who's about a marriage age, the mother's looking at the girls as they run around, they dancing and all that, and she'll ask whose father, whose family that girl belongs to. And if she see that she likes that girl, then that's how the hookup starts. You understand?
Yeah.
Then they get these kids married. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have some kids who are too Americanized, they're not able to function. The marriage doesn't work out. But 90% or 99% is going to work out. And you have access to that problem that we have, that our society have as and able to approach women. You understand how it works? I know some people,
Exactly.
yeah, some people say, oh, you guys, arranged marriage doesn't mean they're gonna arrange. They're not gonna give you the dog, the neighborhood dog, and say you gotta marry her. No, it's not like that. You get a choice, even religious wise. By religion, you have to say yes, and the girl by religion has to say yes. If the girl says no, then it's no. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So you have that some tribal some crazy shit tribal shit is good. Is bad when they start these little wars. But what I'm saying is that I don't know, man. I mean, I just think and, as we go through this, the last inning of this interview is, I just think women has become men in this country. The majority, they have high income than men. They look. They're not even looking at other men. Within downward. They're just looking
Yeah,
upward. They're looking upward.
because
Uh,
that's American culture in a
yeah, and the
nutshell.
problem is there's only a small portion upward. There's only a small amount of men.
It's only going to get smaller and smaller the
Yeah,
more
so
up you
yeah,
go.
there's no markets for that, and they all competing. They all fucking the same guy. The guys fucking the same girls, three, four of them at a time. They don't even know each other, and but they're not able to make that commitment.
Yeah,
They're not. They don't want. They're not gonna work. If they
it's
make if
the
they're making 80,000, and let's say I'm making 40, it's not gonna work. It's gonna start looking down at you because women are not providers by nature. They're not made. They are
yeah,
home builders. They care for the babies. They build a home. They cook all that stuff. They fix the home. They arrange. I know some women that hate on me when I talk like that, but that's the way I feel. By nature, they're not able to provide. They don't have that patience to provide for a man if he has to stay home and watch the kids. It doesn't work.
yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't work.
No, and to summarize, basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
if we could really, if you again, if you don't agree, that's fine. But it's like
Oh no, but I should be honest with you. That's why.
no, yeah. I would say
Then it's
to
not a then it's
summarize.
not a conversation. Then.
And of course, of course.
Yeah.
I would say, and you correct me if I'm wrong. I would say the summary here is that foundationally, our hyper individualistic culture of strangers and everyone trying to competing with each other and trying to move up is the foundational structural problem with the whole with that's creating all these incels, that's creating all this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
that's creating this loneliness. Is that the I would say your conservative culture is superior in that regard because this every man for themselves bullshit
Yeah.
leaves a lot of people
A
behind,
lot of lost people.
a lot of lost people, and
Yeah.
that's what's happening. This is a culture of, and that's like it's been glamorized for so long,
Not only
but
that.
we're what's up?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna. I went to good.
You know, I'm saying it's been glamorized for so long, and I'm glad to see people starting to really criticize it. But we got to do it more. And I think on the left, I would say definitely got to get better at it because a lot of leftists believe in the individualism culturally, and I'm just like, no. I guess this is where I guess there'll be my point of contention with the left. It's just like
Yeah.
this hyper individualism isn't gonna work.
The problem is that the more that happens, the more society falls downward. Women
Yes,
are not getting married. They need income. They go to only me. What do you call that? What is it called? I can't remember.
OnlyFans.
Only fan, only other stuff. The porn industry to make money, and the men are able to meet women. They're able just to watch on TV or whatever, or go to these places. So problem creates more problems.
Yeah,
If men and women were able to if a man was able to get a woman and have good income and marry her, she doesn't need to do that. You understand?
of
And,
course.
and these women, the problem with these women when they do that is it's a stigma on them for the rest of their life. They're not going to be able once they finish. They're not able to get a high value man or a man of value as a husband, because any man, as soon as he marries a woman and he learns that she was doing pornography, he's not going to stay on that shit. You crazy? You understand? He's not going to able to. So these women, after they finish, they are stigmatized for the rest of their life. It's like having a tattoo you can't take out no more.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of your first husband or boyfriend. Every time you have sex with her, the guy's name Tom is on our chest. You fucking get upset every time you look at it. So the
Yeah.
problem is that you create more problems. And even the women who have high income, they end up lonely. That most women over 51 are lonely. They have no husband, they have no family, because they continue that with that income. They continue to look for that top echelon
And
of
never
men,
and they never
and
found
they
him.
just
Now they're alone at the top.
yeah, and they're just fucking without any commitment. At the end, they end up lonely. They never committed to another man, and end up they have no kids, or whatever, and they end up just lonely, and it's a fucked up situation. This is the products of modern society. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff, but this stuff is bad.
This is bad. No, I
Yeah.
100% agree. This ain't gonna work. This is not sustainable.
One time, I'm gonna make you laugh a little bit. This is a joke. A friend of mine married an American woman, right? For paper, green card. I mean, he really was married to her. So he said, "Come with me, in case I need a translator at the immigration office." I said, "Yeah, I'll come with you, man. What's up? No problem." So I came in there. I'm looking at all these odd couples, all these they're marrying ugly women, the immigrants, because they need the paper. You have this guy. He's about 5 feet two, and the girl is about 6'5", and she's like 300 pounds. And it was so odd, though. I said, God damn, these illegal immigrants are marrying our ugly women and men. So they're doing a favor for our society. That's a whole
Oh
industry.
my gosh.
I would say they're doing us a favor. We shouldn't let a lot of illegal immigrants come in here because they marry. And I'm looking at them. And if I'm the immigrant officer, it doesn't make sense the way they look. I'm like, this is not does not look right. There's something wrong here. Either one of them is desperate. You understand to get the green card.
But they're both desperate. The woman is
Yeah,
lonely, and the man wants a green
yeah,
card.
yeah. So I say, even the opposite. I say, we should.
And then
I said we should
yeah.
let a lot of illegal immigrants come in. They're gonna do. It's a whole industry. They get rid of the. They get married to ugly people. They're not gonna be lonely no more.
Hey,
You know,
ugly people need love too, brother. Ugly
they need
people need
love.
love
They need
too.
love. They need that. They need. I tell you, I don't know, man. I don't know how to do it, but I mean, I'm just getting a little conservative. More. I'm not politically. I don't believe in the political.
Labels and shit. Yeah.
No, not conservative. No, politically, they're all no good. These
Yeah.
so-called
Right.
right wingers, these are stupid motherfuckers. They're dangerous to our country and
Yeah.
our society. But just I'm becoming more and more conservative socially because that's the way I am. I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to go on my podcast. Oh, they should do this and that. Well, I'm conservative in my household. Well, my wife dressed different. My daughter dressed differently. I accept different from my daughter, from my son. I have different ideals for them to fulfill, and come online and say a lot of bullshit to other people's kids or family that they should do. Oh, yeah.
Nah. Of course.
Isn't that
No.
That's
That'd
hypocrisy,
be that'd
right?
be that'd be hypocritical.
I've been.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna confess. I've been a hypocrite for a while. I have been a hypocrite. I've been saying, oh, yeah, it's good. No, it's not. I can't do that no more because,
Nah.
uh,
Well, again, on my
yeah.
on my show, you ain't got to hold back on me. I'm
No, no.
not.
I just started. I used to do my show, and I used to go just to fit in because I really do believe in liberal ideals. They're like uplifting men and women from poverty, that you education through even welfare, give situation, get people back on their feet. I
But
do
the
believe that.
culture,
I
but
believe
the
that more.
culture is
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I believe that in all my heart that systemic racism. I do believe in that. It does exist. It does happen. I believe that Black Americans had got a raw deal for fucking 400 years, and they're still going a raw deal. They're not part of the situation. When you look at the statistics, 84% of white family owns wealth, while only 4% of black family have wealth in this country. You understand? That's fucking crazy. You
That's fucking
understand?
nuts.
Yeah, when you look at these numbers, I say they should change. And the way I believe in that is because I believe if these minorities succeed, I would succeed because I would benefit from them. I'll give you a good example. Jews used to help create the NACCP, the Black NACCP.
The NAACP,
They
yeah.
did. They helped. They financed it, and they did help in the civil rights movement from the background with money and influence. They were giving these black leaders money, and everybody saying, "Oh, well, they love them black." No, no, because they knew if the black people broke the door down, they would be able to go in with them. They would be able to go in with them. The only thing is, when they broke that door down, they went in and locked the door and left the black outside, and went and
Mhm.
they're having dinner with the people that didn't accept them in the 50s and
Because
40s.
like,
You
yeah.
know, this is what I'm getting at. I don't want to be too specific, but this is
No,
what
no, no. What you're basically saying is
yeah, I
that
think
it's
that
just like
they wrote the back of the black community in order to get inside the door and be on the
to be accepted as white.
yeah, to be on the table, not on the menu.
Exactly.
But lock the door behind them on the people that got him there.
Yeah.
You
No,
understand? You
I
understand what
do.
I'm
I
saying?
do.
They did that.
No, I do. I do. On that note, then, fucking brother, before we go, I just
Yeah.
want to say, I'll say again,
Yeah.
don't ever hold back with me.
No, no, no.
Like,
Yeah. That's how
I,
in the future, if you want to have a show together, us once a week, it could be like crossfire. We could have opposite.
hell yeah.
Like
Well, that's why I'm trying. I got a good schedule now. I'm
yeah.
good. I'm down
Yeah,
for that.
so I don't mind. I want to talk freely as much as possible. I'm not a douchebag. I'm not a racist individual by nature. I'm a
Nah,
good.
nah.
No, I'm a good man. All my life, never was harsh to any people. But
The only back and forth is gonna be culture war type shit. You know what I mean?
and I
Culture
want you to
stuff.
have that because we're gonna make the show interesting.
Oh, sure, of course.
You understand?
Where be the fun if we agree on
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
everything?
that's it. I mean, interesting. And I do believe in this stuff because to everybody that listened to me before, I was a fucking hypocrite about all that stuff socially. I did not believe one thing in it. I don't judge you. I don't, you do you like you just said. I'm not judging a person, but I'm going to give you advice that
Yeah,
you
honest
should
advice.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should change. It's going to be good for you and good for society. That's all I could do at the end of the day, right or wrong.
All right. That's right, bro.
So you good?
I'm good, man.
All
You have
right.
a good night. All right.
All right, man. I love the conversation, man. I'm talking to you, man.
Always.
All right, man.
Yep.
Take care, my